Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is SergioVengeance, and I'm here with a Destiny video, Destiny 2. This is my very first footage of Destiny 2 PvP on my channel, and I'm having a little bit of fun. I won't lie, it's a little fun. It's a little refreshing. The 4v4 is it's nice compared to the chaotic 6v6 that Destiny 1 had, and I'm really liking the the abilities not dictating matches anymore, where you don't have, Guardians using their super 2-3 times a match and throwing grenades and turning into nothing but abilities being abused. But there's a problem that I'm still encountering with Destiny, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it in this video. Actually, the two problems that I'm having right now is it seems like lag is still prevalent. Kind of the lag that we had in Destiny 1. I know that they were supposed to have some changes as far as to the peer-to-peer connection, but you'll see in this video some death that I'll just take that's just complete nonsense, um, where someone will just come out of the screen and lag all over the place and me get killed. And it'll show me throwing an axion bolt at somebody, and it doesn't hit them at all, even though it's supposed to, but they're lagging so terribly bad that it just is non-existent. But my main problem with Destiny 2 right now is balance. Yeah, there's a little bit of balance, and there's more gunplay, that's for sure, than what was in Destiny 1. If we can step back for a moment and just look at how Destiny 1 is now, its final changes. You go into PvP and it's literally nothing but palindromes and IS Lunas and people sitting back with icebreakers due to the special ammo changes, and it's frustrating. Like, there's so many weapons in the game where that game has just become completely unbalanced. And I've been around since Destiny 1 launched, and I've been around for all the MIDA periods. I was around when the Vex was godly and the Suros. I was around for the extremely long time that the Thorn was way overpowered. And up until the time period now, I've been around. I've seen it all. But my biggest concern with Destiny 2 right now is the balance. And we're seeing that prevalence right now, as in the #1 weapon being used overall is the MIDA Multi Tool, which is kind of actually funny that we're in a new game. We're in Destiny 2, and the most popular weapon being used right now is a weapon from Destiny 1. And, there's going to be some rebuttals here where people are going to say, well, it's not overpowered, it's just overused. But they fall into the same category, and I'll try to break this down as much as I can. I get that there's an exotic quest for the MIDA Multi Tool that grants you a weapon, the MIDA Multi Tool, at a higher light level. This could be a reason as to why it's being used mostly all the time, and probably one of the highest weapons, but the rebuttal on that is that there's a couple other exotic quests, as also the Strum. You can get the Strum as from an exotic quest as well, and that weapon isn't nearly used as much. So I don't think the problem with the MIDA Multi Tool really comes because it's an exotic quest and it grants higher light, so people are using it. I just think the weapon itself is just extremely too effective. And as far as scouts go, it's at the top of the class. Even if we go back to Destiny 1, there's a lot of great scout rifles in that game, but the MIDA Multi Tool was always #1. Watch as I pick up the double kill here, go for the crest, and boom, out of nowhere, this guy with a sword lags all over the place. Gets me. You'll see him kill me later on too, and it's bullshit as well. But anyways, going on. There's a lot of great scout rifles in Destiny 1, but consistently the multi-tool was always consistently the most used. It's not a matter of preference. It just was better because how it was handled, the extreme auto aim on it, which I don't know if it carried over to Destiny 2. I haven't really looked at the stats, but compared to other scout rifles in Destiny 1, it was better. I was more of a fan of like higher impact scouts like the Jade Rabbit, but I feel like it was careless for them to bring the MIDA Multi Tool into this game, especially at launch as well. I mean, we had the stats, and they already nerfed the MIDA Multi Tool in Destiny 1 for the high caliber rounds, but then they add the weapon back in this game and give it high caliber rounds again. I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. It takes me back to a time period, as some of you guys may remember. Do you guys remember when the Thorn was a problem, that snipers were also a problem? Snipers that had final round, because people would waste shots, get you with the final round, and bullshit you. Well, they fixed that. They fixed it so final round doesn't instantly kill you anymore because it was cheap. But then they turned around and added another sniper into the game called the Irene in the Taken King that was able to roll with luck in the chamber with 4 rounds, meaning that that sniper could potentially one-shot kill you randomly at a 25% chance. Everyone was fed up with the cheap one-shot snipers, so why would you add another sniper that could potentially do the same thing? Maybe it was just oversight and I'm just kind of like, you know, nitpicking, but the fact remains that Destiny 1 had the MIDA and it was overused, and here we are again. And you can clearly see this in the trials reports that just came out, which I'll link into the description of this video, where the trials was the #1 weapon, of course, and it had like 5 million something kills. I think it was said that it was at least one person out of every single match in trials, out of all the matches played, at least one person had a MIDA Multi Tool. So with a new game, with all these weapons, you'd expect there to be a little more balance. And I get that this game and other games, there's always going to be metas in games. There's always going to be weapons that are far too effective than others. But when you have a ratio this large in proportion, where a majority of players use exactly one weapon, it's not an issue of preference. It's an issue of balance. People aren't using the MIDA tool because it's a preference for them. They're using it because how extremely effective it is compared to other weapons, which hence makes it overpowered, not overused. Now, I know a lot of people will say that there's other great scout rifles, and I agree. I think Nameless Midnight is amazing, but if it's really that good, then why isn't anybody using it? And that's where I'm getting at now. If there's other great weapons in this game, then that could counter the MIDA, then why is the MIDA still the #1 weapon? And to me personally, I think it's pretty pathetic that Bungie made a brand new game, and yet, like I said, their #1 weapon in PvP is a weapon from Destiny 1. So are we really playing Destiny 2, or is this Destiny 1? And I feel like at this point that we're in an endless cycle. This is the same old shit that we've had in the past. Bungie bragged about how much more balance this game was going to have over Destiny 1, but here we are, week 3, and we're still at the same balancing issues and meta issues that we had in Destiny 1. And I don't know if it'll ever change. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and like and subscribe if you like what you saw.